Right, so the engine's running. Yeah, at 12:09 on the 6th of April. And yeah, nice spring-like weather out there. Westerlies, 13 degrees. So I'm on my way down to Pembrokeshire to stay at my mother's for a couple of days and to absolutely cram in as much fishing and footage as I possibly can. Nothing more to say. I'll see you tonight on the rocks. Ciao for now. So there's St David's Peninsula, just over there. I just had to stop and show you this on our way out to our fishing mark. How beautiful this coastline is. It really is. It's people have often remarked that the Pembrokeshire coastline is like the like a quiet version of Cornwall, and it's only until you discover Pembrokeshire then you realise, yeah. And it's like the way the land has broken away. It seems like it's broken away from Ireland. It's very beautiful. And this is the road. When you go into St David's, you always come down to this beach here. As I see, the tide is coming up to the stones. This beach is called Newgale. But it's a beautiful view, absolutely beautiful. Anyway, let's get down. Let's get to White Sands car park, back of St David's. So we're down here. Just gone 7:20, and yeah, White Sands car park. The 14-mile-per-hour Westerlies have died down to nothing, so this is going to be a nice night, and yeah, looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm going to tear the arse out of it over the next couple of days. Now I've got next week off, so I can recover from it all. Right, let's get fishing. Let's get on the rock. See you in a bit. Well, there's the sun. Lovely sunset over this Pembrokeshire coastline. Down there on that, there's a big ledge you can see there. Years ago, probably about more than 20 years ago, I saw a bloke plugging for bass off of that ledge down there, off that square lump. So he must have climbed around the back of it to get on there. People fish off this first little, I can't point the finger because I'm holding the phone there and I ain't got a spare hand. That first little lump there, people fish off that, they do, but it's very close to the car park and it's very popular. And it's reasonably shallow there. So there's White Sands Bay, goes right round to St John's Point in the distance, and there's Ramsey, the Isle of Ramsey, and in between the mainland and the Isle is Ramsey Sound. And there's names for the islands out there. I think they're called the Bitches or something. There we go. And St David's Head is where the sun is setting over top now. Well, this is our home for the next few hours, and there's the sun just sizzling into the sea just past the St David's Head. And yeah, so the casting, that's casting room down there, rod stands up here, rucksack there. Right, there's a little seat there. Go have a little seat. I just take you through my standard rock baits, straight out the freezer at home. Bought them down, 5.5 hour journey, got to mum's and they were still frozen solid. So we've got mackerel, we've got squid, all Devon bait squid, sand eel, a couple of packs of frozen black. Yeah, we'll give that a go. Last bits of light, of course, being in the west of the UK, there's an extra half hour of daylight, which is nice. I'll show you the rigs in a sec. Right, I suppose a bit of light on it might help. Here we go. First rig that came out of the packet seeing as I'm a bit short on time, is short pulley panel, and I've just got myself my little rock bucket of water via the hand line. Drop it over the side, lift it up. It's not easy though, because it bangs on everything as you lift it up, but you get about a few inches of water in there. Wash your hands and that. Hooks were a bit manked from last time I used, even though I did kind of dry them off and that. So I've put them in the water there, and now I'm going to take my sharpening stone and just going to sharpen the points. Okay, one whole squiddly. Back turned here. Move that to one side if I can. So I'm going to go through here. Like so. Turn it, let's get the eye, and through the eye of the thing, squid, like so, and then I'm going to bind it all, bind. Cotton's in the perfect position from last time we went fishing, which was a few weeks ago now. Which was Church Norton, I think, was my last sea angling vid. Done a couple of casting ones since then, but yeah, there we go. Squeeze them together, bind them up. Nice little squiddly sausage. Pink squid as well. It's good. Got a bit of scent to it. Right, there he is. I'm just going to turn the hook so the point is proud. There we go. And of course the panel comes down, invert it, put it on the opposite side of the other one, in it goes, and out it goes. Pull it into alignment, one on that side, and the main hook coming out the opposite angle. There we are. Get it on a rod. Put that over here. Right, light set up in a minute. Right, so what I'm doing here for the second rod, 3x scratcher, frozen black, 2 frozen blacks. They're short blacks there, they're not long ones, they're not Welsh blacks. 2 frozen blacks tipped with a piece of sandeel. You can see that. So all 3 hooks would be like that. There we go. I'll just put some on this top hook. on. They're not cardboard, they've got plenty of body. Actually they're very nice, but the thing is they're a little bit stiff. I suppose I could dunk them in the water actually, soften up a bit. Slide that up there. I'll get some rag tomorrow for tomorrow night, but for now, just to get first session in, it's a frozen bait special. Okay, rid of the tails. Oh, I hate being up against the clock. There we go. Once I get these rods in, I can relax a little bit then. Oh, I still my bloody knees in on this rock. Right. So, and this is the head of the sand eel. So I'm going to go through the eye and then out through the body. Right, so that's tipped that one like that. Okay, let's get that on the rod. Find the clip. Where's the clip gone? Here it is. It's just playing hard to get. Right, okay. Ouch, bastard! Whoever said hooks weren't sharp. Got to do this every time because I am handling my phone all the time. Okay. Yeah, so it's just gone 5 to 9. It's about an hour after high water. So between now and midnight is bite time on the ebb. So fingers crossed. All got bites on the scratcher straight away. Yeah. Just talking about it. Okay, keep an eye on the left hand rod. The right hand rod sitting motionless for a moment. Left hand rod, it's had a few little nods. It's a frozen black tip with sand eel, so we'll see. Might be on there already. Okay. Never want to bite on camera, do they? Right. Bites have just come back on the left-hand rod, and I've just heard a snorting seal blowing air. I don't know. So the good thing about these Pembrokeshire rock marks, unlike the Purbex, you can actually, they're sort of jagged steppy marks, these Pembrokeshire marks, so you generally get down to the water's edge or get close to the water to land something decent. So it makes for nice fishing. There are a few places where you are fishing high up, where you probably need a drop net or something, but nothing really like the Purbex. I mean, the Purbex, there's a couple of places which I fish, which I've already filmed, where you can get to within about 10-12 feet of the surface of the water. But yeah, the Pembrokeshire rock marks, they're just like Cornish rock marks, you know. They are really nice to fish. And I've just heard the seal again. Right hand rod. Cool. They're biting tonight. Yeah, rear in. Right. Go. First fish of the evening. It's the doggy. Right, here we have him. One little doggy. I'll chuck him back. Right, let's reel a scratcher in. It. When you're scratching, you get scratchy species. I've got a rocklin. I've had a rocklin for, I think, at least 3 years. Still rocklin. So, there we go. Actually, certainly the last rockling I caught were down at Bossington. But there we are. There you go. Thought I saw those little rattles. He's unhooked himself, even better. There you are. Almost the same colour as this rock. Let's get him back in the water. So, I've got on here pre-baited rig ready to go. This is a long pulley pennel. I had that dog on a short pulley pennel on the first chuck, so second cast now with the right hand rod on the long pulley pennel, and she's got that's a mackerel and squid combo. Let's get him out there. night decided when I got to Mum's, she was having dinner around about 6:30. I wasn't going to trouble her, but she says not a problem. So I decided to have dinner first, and all I had to do then was bring a flask with me for tonight, and she gave me a couple of homemade rock cakes. Yeah, homemade rock cakes, which are very tasty indeed. A couple of biscuits in there, flask of coffee. Right, the thing is, where am I going to put it now? Where am I going to put it? Put that down there for a moment. Quite strong actually, I made it quite strong. Nope, that's coffee, that'll do. There's some in here where it won't fall over. OTs or hobnobs, digestives, rock cake, all tipped off with a bit of black rug. Lovely. It's just the way we like it. Rock cake and black rug. There's a couple of lads fishing over on the low ledge on the head there, the first ledge that you come to. Bit of a climb down to it, but fished there quite a few times. Bit snaggy. So, yeah. First time I ever fished on St David's Head, I think it was back in Mum and Dad, and we went to that low ledge because the wind was howling across the top, and it was raining. We had a water, so we was in the old 1980s yellow waterproofs, if anyone remembers that, and we fished there. Quite a rough sea, and Mum had a nice pollock, about 2.5, 3 pound. We were camped just on one of the campsites out the back of White Sands here. We had a little caravanette, we used to call them back then, camper van, and yeah. That was the very first time I fished on a Pembrokeshire rock mark. 86, no actually it could be, no I think it's 84, back in 84, yeah, something like that, 84, 85, 84 probably, yeah, I don't know, between 84 and 88. God, yeah, it's a long time ago. I know I was about 13 at the time. You can watch the rods. Here's a little tip for you. In Pembrokeshire, Pembrokeshire is a landmass that sticks out to the Atlantic. So it's a peninsula. of land. So you have 3 points of the compass to fish. You have North Pembrokeshire coastline, west, and then the West Pembrokeshire coastline, and then you have like a southwest Pembrokeshire coastline, which is Tenby, going all the way down to Pendine, when you hit Pembrokeshire Carmarthenshire border. I should be right with that. I think I'm right. So the little tip is this: on the North Pembrokeshire rock marks, the rock is generally black looking and quite smooth. There's a reason for that, because it's north facing. It doesn't get so much sun. Even in the summer, there's less hours of sunlight on the rock surface, and the rock surface retains its dampness and slowly turns black over hundreds and hundreds of years, thousands of years. And so hence you know, they're safe to stand on in bone dry conditions, but the moment you get the slightest bit of moisture, they become like ice. Now if you go to West Pembrokeshire and South Pembrokeshire rock marks, you find the rocks are more grippy because they get more sunlight throughout the year, and there's old crusty lichens and that grow on them, and they're more jagged as well. They're not so smoothish as they come down the cliffs. They're not so kind of smooth coming down. They're more steppy like. But if you decide to chuck your old bait away, okay, so you clean your hooks off, chuck your old bait, ready to put fresh bait on, don't just chuck it willy-nilly over the rocks. Certainly not on a north facing rock, because you're just asking for trouble. But on any of the other, any rock mark, it can be bone dry, and you'll be the one that steps on that little bit of squid, and the rest is history. Okay, so if you know, when you're throwing your bait away, make sure it goes in the sea, because that helps with the scent and that to attract fish around your mark. So, but do not throw it where you're walking and casting after dark, because yeah, it's one false move, and yeah, just don't do it. And that's my little tip for the evening. Right, see if we catch something else, get another species maybe. See you in a bit. You won't believe what I've just reeled in. I saw one big bite on the rod and nothing else happened. Size 3/0 pulley pennel, mackerel and squid, and the bloody pennel hook, this little 10-inch dab, got hooked on the pennel hook. It must have been bloody hungry. Yeah, I'd say 10-inch. Yeah, I suppose it's about 9-10 inches, I suppose. Little dab, third species. Thank you, God. Thank you very much. Happy with that. Let's get him back. Left hand rod. It's been out a while now. That's got the scratcher on. That's just pure black on there now. There's no tipping on it at all. It's just pure. I just added more bait to the washed out worm that was on there. Let's have a butcher's. See if we can get a pout or something. That'd be 4 species then if we get a pout. Only hope. Do like catching species, mixed species. It's, you know, and sort of like not mini species, but you know, sort of standard sea fish like flatties and roundfish and that. And I like to get the species count up. It's nice, and to try and do it in a reasonably short session as well. It's probably just gone 10:30 now, so we're about 2 hours down from high water, which is we are in. I mean, the bite started about an hour or half hour after high water. It was about 8 or 8:30 this evening. The thing is, with that scratching rig, if there's dabs out there, they should take the black, the frozen black. But I know that they, oh, there's bites on the right hand rod now. I do know that they go for mackerel strip and that. Way back in the 90s, I used to fish pure mackerel strip on 3-8 flappers at Dungeness, and I'd pull loads of dabs in on mackerel strip. I just don't know, they just got so carnivorous. And they were good dabs, they were, up to about pound in weight, they were lovely. Anyway, they don't want to perform for the camera. We might get something else in a bit. Right hand rod. It's been a while since I had a set of bites, and it's now 11:30. Yeah, so it's been more than half an hour since I had that dab. Just had a good set of bites, and the ratchet went as well. So I don't know, it's probably another dog, but I think that one there is a squid and mackerel combo again on the right hand rod. Left hand rod is scratches now out with frozen black tip of mackerel now, but cast it more out to the left, out to the open sea rather than across into the bay. Rather than across the mouth of the bay, it's more out towards, casting out towards the bitches, so to speak, so as to speak. Come on now, you can come back. Just check the line on that. Yeah, line's still tight, so when it pulled it got some line, so come on now, back you come. There are some lobsters off of here as well, and they can, well, you get the odd lobster that, there he is, there he goes, right hand rod. He's definitely some, yeah, I think he's on there. Yeah, it's time to reel in. Really? Chunky dogger. Yeah, another dogfish. Another dogfish nonetheless. Alright. There we are. Another doggy. Oh, Bougie! There you go. Tail to head, or thereabouts, and then we'll pull the hook out. It's bleeding a bit, got to get him back in the water. Right, the left hand rod now. I've just chucked in the right hand rod, last cast on that. It's coming up to 1:45 now. And then whatever this is on the left hand rod, when I pull that in, I'm going to pack that rod, there you go. Pack that rod down. Like I say, that's the 3-hook scratcher on there with the black lug tip with mackerel. Let's see. See if it could be something else. You never know. Oh, actually the line did go slack on it earlier. It's under tension now, but it went slack earlier, so it could be another dogger just sitting on there. So we'll see. Three baits there to take, so right hand rod, something's just having a little tickle on the right hand rod just then. Okay, yeah, I mean we're like 3 hours down for high water now. Half 8, half 9, half 10, half 11, yeah, 3 hours down. It's good fishing the ebb, you know. Yeah, there's the right hand rod now. That's fishing the mouth of the bay, only about 50 yards out. Like I say, left hand rod is out towards the open sea. But it's only about, yeah, you know, about 70 yards, that one is. The thing about it is that the sand practically comes into underneath your feet. There's only a few snags right underneath your feet here. But it's deep, even at low tide. I believe at high tide there's over 30 foot of water here. I've been told it's quite deep here. It's not as deep as St David's Head, but you know. Right, left hand rod doesn't seem to want to come back now. Okay, start packing up now. Start cleaning up. Right, here's my last little tip of the evening, just as I'm packing up. So here's one bait that I'm going to use tomorrow morning and do a bit of spinning tomorrow morning. I'll probably come out here again and be fishing the ebb again. Basically the sand eels I've got left, I've taken them out of the plastic, and the old black lug packet, which is now empty, I use that newspaper and I will just roll them up individually, like rolling up black lug. It dries them a little bit and it toughens them up, and they will be I can use them tomorrow morning. If I left them in the plastic overnight, they probably start to burst their guts, because we're almost into double figures now. Well, we're about 8 or 9 degrees at night, which is cool enough, but this way it guarantees that you've got a decent bait for the next day without having to refreeze or anything. If you refreeze these things when they thaw out, they are just rotten. But sand eels are it's a very sensitive bait. So you just roll them like so, gently, so you don't burst the guts. Like so, just gently rolling like that. I'll just spread them out a bit more. Get my knee out the way, like that. And that means I'm guaranteed. Let's get it a bit tighter, Neil. Look, just dump two together there, silly bugger. Right, so that goes there, that goes there, that goes there and there. Anyway, you get my drift. So I'm going to roll them up a little bit tighter than that. But I can't do it with one hand, you see. But there you are. So I'll be able to use those tomorrow morning. And we'll see what filming we can get, what footage we can get tomorrow. Sort of spinning. Right, it's 10 to 1 in the morning. 3.5 degrees outside. It's Good Friday now. So one at blank, end up with 2 dogs, 1 dab, 1 rockling. I'm going to try and get up early-ish in a few hours time. So I can get back out and probably come back out here and do some spinning, see if we can get a pollock on the ebb tide again, but actually out on the head, so a bit further to walk, and maybe try for a wrasse, a bit of frozen black that I've got left, and yeah, so I'll see you in a few hours. Ciao for now.